Hello YouTube, it's Tiki's Trinkets here, and today I have for you another Tattletale inspired polymer clay tutorial. I had a brain fart there for a second. This time, instead of doing a baby Tattletale, I'm doing the happy version of Mama, and this is a sculpture slash cake topper, so it is on a wooden base, which you can get these at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can get stars, gears, hearts, circles, squares, cubes, like I use for Tattletale. All different kinds of things, all different kinds of shapes. And there's some seasonal ones you can get, like rabbits and Easter eggs. They might be different sizes, bigger, smaller, etc., etc. Anywho, I just painted the wooden base with acrylic paint. I also have a wood burning tool in case I ever want to do anything wood burning. You can also see the nose nice and painted now, because you're not going to be able to see it very well in the tutorial. I'm sorry about that. But it's like hard to get a picture of this without my camera like freaking out on me and flipping it upside down. Anyways, she has the slightly curved ears, the little white tuft of hair on the top. Her eyes are slightly closed, just like Tattletale's were. She doesn't have that white glimmer of hope in her eyes like Tattletale does. I know I could have made the lower lip out of polymer clay too, but I got a little lazy and just did acrylic paint for the lips. For the mouth, but it still looks really good. She's got the cassette recorder on her belly right there with the little buttons for it, the play, the stop, and blah 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 buttons. I grew up in the 90s, so I still have my Walkman slash cassette player, whatever you want to call it. It's held together by tape, but it still works better than a lot of things nowadays, so yay for cassette players. Anyways, if it'll refocus, thank you. I don't have it on my tripod as always. I'm holding it in my hand because I'm lazy. Why'd I even buy the tripod? Who knows? Anyways, I didn't paint the little stop, play, all the symbols on the buttons because I just knew that would take so much time. Like, I didn't make this look like there was actually a cassette in it like in the game, but again, time constraints. I didn't want to spend too long on anything. And as you can see again, just like with Tattletale, we have this nice prickled texturing, which I use that tool from my $40 kit. But again, you can use, what do you call it, a dotting tool. I'm having a lot of brain farts today. It's just one of those days. And as you can see, her face is not like Tattletale's. Her beige part of her face does not go up to her eye level. Sorry, I'm trying to readjust here. She has the same type of feet as Tattletale, just look very humanesque, which is creepy, since it already looks like a Furby. Now it's a Furby with, like, human legs, just like Tattletale. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, and just pretty basic on the back side, if I can show you with one hand. I'm holding the camera with my right hand, and my left hand is not my dominant hand, so this is difficult. But yeah, pretty simple, and I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and it's able to help you out in any way. Not really any updates right now. I did announce in the last video who the winner was of the giveaway. Again, congratulations. Thank you so much for entering. I hope the next time I do it, like at 500 or 1,000 subs, that more people will enter, because, it's free stuff. Come on, guys. Free stuff. Free, awesome stuff. I put my love and my heart into everything I make, so. Anyways, let's get into the tutorial now, because Mama's here. Dun dun dun. Alright, so you're going to need the following clay colors: white, brown, beige, and orange, whatever brand you prefer. First, you're going to start with the brown, which this is, I believe, chocolate color by Sculpey. Trying to be more specific to help you guys out. Then you're just going to roll it into an egg shape, a big ball. It's about 2 inches in diameter. And then you're just going to take it and the pointed side, grab with your fingers and press it gently against the work surface to make it flat on the bigger side. Next, we're going to start on the ears, so roll out 2 little balls of clay. They're probably about less than half an inch in diameter. Then you're going to roll these in the long teardrop shapes where it's longer at the top. Then you're going to cut off the bottoms, but cut it at a bias. You see how it's kind of angled? And then you're going to, I just wanted to show you this for example. You can either use a tool or you can use a toothpick to indent the inside of the ears like I've done here. You don't need a $40 kit like I have. Then you're going to take beige color clay and you're going to roll out 5 balls like I've done here. You can kind of use the cutting mat for comparison on the sizes. We're going to start with these two. These are going to be the inside of the ear. Oh, my long fingernails. I had to cut those things off. Anyways, then you're going to roll these out in the thin teardrop shapes just like I did before. The thin parts go into the top like I've done so. Make sure they're really thin because you don't want them to like pour out over the sides when you press it inward. Then cut off the excess. Put the flat side against the surface before you cut, not the rounded side, or you'll make the round side of the ears flat. Then take a toothpick or your pointed tool like I have, and just push it in and roll it around to make the indentation. Next, using the same toothpick, you can blend the ears into the body, or your finger, but I have fat fingers. Next, we're going to make the like face type thing. So we're going to take the large ball of beige clay we had, roll it out into this somewhat oval shape, and as you can use the cutting mat for comparison, they're about inch long squares. Then I just used a dotting tool or your X-Acto knife to outline how the face looks. Use a reference picture. Then just cut out that outline that we've drawn. And just leave that to the side for now. Next, you're going to go ahead and indent where the eyes are. That way you make sure you don't put the face too high up. Now you can go ahead and put the face on. You see what I mean? The eyes are above that part, so you didn't want to mess it up and put it too high up. Next, just take some scrap clay, because I forgot to roll out a 6 ball for the snout. And you're just going to take an itty bitty amount that's like maybe a centimeter tall. And then you're just going to roll it into a little nub shape and just press it downward with your fingers to make it angled, to make it kind of look like a rainbow. Then take your dotting tool and put it right down the middle. Just, you don't have to go all the way through it, just indent it, and then just put it on the face. Allergies are a real thing here in the South. Anyways, take the other 2 balls of beige clay to make her feet. Bleh. Roll these out in the teardrop shapes by using your fingers, like pinching it between your fingers, but make it bigger at the bottom, and then using your fingers, pull it outward to make the feet shape. Just pull it gently. Then just using your dotting tool, indent where the toes are. I know she actually has more toes than this, but to each their own. Then just cut it off flat. I just made 3 toes because it's easier. Anyways, cut it off and then just stick metal in the bottom for structure for her to stand on. And then to make sure that it does fit and the feet don't touch each other, go ahead and put her on her feet, but do not glue it. Go ahead and you're going to take these feet back off because we want to bake it in the oven without the feet on. But I might have messed up doing that. Unlike with Tattletale, I baked him with the feet on and they worked fine. I took her feet off and then she baked crooked, so I had to glue her to a base. Maybe glue her with go ahead and glue the feet on then. I don't know. Sorry. Next, you take the white clay, roll out 2 tiny balls, put it inside the head for the eyes. Next, we're going to make the tuft of hair that she has on the top of her head. Take an itty bitty ball, roll into an itty bitty teardrop shape, and then cut 2 triangles into it. 2, I can't remember what they're called, right triangles? Isosceles? I can't remember triangle names. Use your blending tool, your toothpick, and blend that into the scalp. Next, take another ball of white clay, and we're going to make the buttons on the cassette player. So you're going to roll that into a small little oval shape. Make sure it's nice and thin. You want it really thin so it doesn't protrude from the body too much. Then using a long blade, because it cuts more evenly, cut around all 4 sides, creating 2 long sides and 2 short sides, i.e. a rectangle. Then just take your dotting tool and indent to have enough buttons. Next, we're going on to the orange clay to make the actual cassette player part of her belly. You're going to take a small ball and just roll it out. And then after you roll the small ball out, you're going to take a rolling pin or your X-Acto blade and just roll it out nice and flat. Again, make it about as thin as you made the buttons. It's going to be hard to work with, but it's going to be worth it. You don't want it to stick out too far. Again, using your long blade, cut all 4 sides to make them equal. Well, to make a rectangle again, a fatter rectangle. Then just go ahead and place that on the body. Sorry for this horrible photo. Next, go ahead and get your alcohol and clean it. You want to clean it before you do the texture, or when you clean it, you'll just ruin the texturing. Here's what it looked like after I was done. Nice and pretty, nice and shiny and smooth. That's why we clean it. It makes the item smooth. Then just take your dotting tool or the tool like you have in your handy dandy $40 kit. Not sponsored, by the way. I wish I was. I need another one of these kits. I've lost some pieces and ruined some things. Anyways, and poke it all over to make the texture. Then go ahead and put in your pan. And bake according to package instructions, or i.e. 350 degrees for 14 to 15 minutes. In a gas oven only. Electric ovens cook quicker. Next, go ahead and take your glue and glue it onto the body, which they would sponsor me too, so I can get some free glue needed. Then I took this paint kit that I got at Walmart, pretty cheap. I think it was somewhere between $15 to $20. I took the small container, and as you can see, that's number 7. The number 7 brown in the small container. I took a small paintbrush and a small dotting tool and a pencil, draw on the eyelids, paint on the eyelids with the paintbrush, and dot on the irises with your dotting tool. Next, I took the number 6 pink, and I'm going to use this to make the nose with. Just, make 2 dots and then connect them. That's a nose. You're going to see I used a different pink for the base, but that's because it's a lot more coverage, so I wanted a bigger thing to not waste my, main paints. Then just take black acrylic paint, small dotting tool, dot where the eyes go, the pupils of the eyes. Next, like I was talking about, you're going to see where I've chosen a base that I want. It matches her nose. And a huge thing of pink acrylic paint. Colors I use the most, I get big things up because it's just convenient. And as you can see, I triple coated this pink to make it as pretty as it is. And I even painted the edges of it. So beautiful. Use your handy dandy E6000 to glue it on. If the fumes bother you, get some mask to cover your face because I know they do bother some people. Then I use my polyurethane floor varnish and just go ahead and glaze mama. By the way, the varnish I got at Walmart, and you can get a small can or a large can, vary in prices. Alright, and that's it. I'll do probably more videos on that later. Anyways, that was the front and the side angle, and here is that back angle. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye-bye, YouTube.